Okay, Algebra 2, second example for 1.3, we've done substitution, now we're going to do elimination. Elimination is really useful when we have our variables lined up just on top of each other, and the coefficients of one of the variables are nice numbers. They factor into each other, like 6 goes into 12, 6 times 2 is 12, something like that. Okay, 5 and 2 do not really go together that well. It's possible to do it this way, but we would have to multiply both equations, and we just want to multiply one. So we see the x's factor into each other. 6 times 2 would be 12, and we have a negative 12 down here. So in order to eliminate, in order to cancel them, we want to keep this x as a positive 12, because this x is a negative 12, and 12 minus 12, so eventually we'll have 12 minus 12 equals 0, and we want to get to 0, we want to eliminate them. So we're going to look at the x's. I rewrote down here, so this is the same equation, but in order to get the 6 to become a 12, we have to multiply the entire top equation by 2. So I'm multiplying everything in here by 2, and now I'm rewriting it as 12x minus 10y equals 16. Notice I multiplied everything on the top by 2, and now I have a positive 12x and a negative 12x. The whole point of the first step is to just get one variable, whether it's x's or y's, doesn't matter which. In this case, it happens to be an x, to have a positive number, and then its negative number underneath it, because 12 minus 12, as we can see, goes to 0, and we're just going to add down. So we're going to add all the x's down, add all the y's, and add the numbers. So 12x minus 12x cancels. Negative 10y plus 2y is negative 8y. Negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8. And then 16 plus 0 is 16. Now we have one variable. We eliminated the x. We're going to solve for y. So I'm dividing by negative 8 on both sides, and y equals negative 2. So we started with two variables, just like you saw in the first example. Started with two variables. Now we've solved for the first one, and all we have to do is we're just going to follow the orange, and we're going to plug into, it doesn't matter which equation, I just chose the top one. We're going to plug into the top one. We know that y equals negative 2, so I rewrote the equation over here, but where the y used to be next to the 5, I just plugged in a negative 2. So now we have 6x minus 5 times negative 2 equals 8. So 6x plus 10, because a negative times a negative is a positive, 5 times 2 is 10, equals 8. I'm solving for x, so I'm subtracting the 10 over. I'm going to divide by 6, and now we have negative 2 over 6. X equals negative 2 over 6, because this cancels. That can simplify. 2 goes into the top, 2 goes into the bottom. Now we have x equals negative 1/3. We have two variables. We have x and a y, just like a point on a graph, and so our answer is x, y, negative 1/3, negative 2. Elimination is a little trickier than substitution, I think, so if you have questions, feel free to ask.